During the peak of the Ice Age, which occurred between 34,000 to 30,000 BCE, significant events greatly influenced the geography and human history on the Earth's surface. During this period, a substantial portion of the Earth's surface was covered by a very thick layer of ice, leading to dramatic changes in the configuration of continents and regions worldwide. Global temperatures dropped drastically, causing the extensive expansion of ice sheets. Most of the landmasses that we now know as North America and Eurasia were blanketed by thick ice sheets. Ice also covered a significant portion of the sea areas, causing the surface of the Bering Sea to be far below what we know today. Due to the lowering of sea levels caused by the ice sheets holding a significant amount of seawater, a land connection emerged between Asia and North America. This region is known as Beringia, and during the peak of the Ice Age, it is estimated to have been approximately 1,500 kilometers wide. Beringia consisted of moist, treeless tundra, covered with grasses and plants. This area became crucial as it served as a corridor for the movement of humans and animals between the two continents. Tundra is a harsh environment with cold climates and minimal tree vegetation. Although the tundra conditions might not have been favorable for humans, it was attractive to large animals that served as the primary food source for prehistoric humans. Early humans, who were living as hunters and gatherers at that time, followed the migration routes of their prey animals across Beringia. They may not have been aware that they were entering a new continent. Their movement was driven by basic needs for food and survival. Over thousands of years, these early humans adapted to the new environment in North America and developed into various diverse tribal cultures. When they reached the region of Alaska, it took thousands of years for humans to open pathways through vast glaciers towards the south, which is now known as the United States. During this period, evidence of the presence of early humans in North America continued to be discovered. However, only a few can be definitively dated to around 12,000 BCE. For example, recent discoveries in northern Alaska indicate that hunting grounds may have existed around that time. Additionally, there is a possibility that well-crafted spear points and other artifacts found near Clovis, New Mexico, also date from the same period. Similar artifacts have been found at various sites in North America, indicating that life may have been established in most western regions before 10,000 BCE. By that time, mammoths began to go extinct, and bison took over their role as the primary source of food and hides for early North American inhabitants. As time passed and large game became scarcer, early American societies began to rely on plants, fruits, and grains as essential food sources. This gave rise to food gathering habits and early attempts at primitive farming. Native Americans in central Mexico were pioneers in cultivating maize, squash, and beans around 8000 BCE. This knowledge later spread northward. Around 3000 BCE, primitive varieties of maize began to be cultivated in river valleys in New Mexico and Arizona. Subsequently, signs of early human settlements with more permanent structures began to appear around 300 BCE. During the first few centuries CE, the Hohokam people inhabited settlements around Phoenix, Arizona, even constructing ball courts and pyramid-like structures. The first Native American groups to build structures in what is now the United States are often referred to as the Adena culture. They began building burial mounds and earthen fortifications around 600 BCE. Some structures from this time feature bird or serpent shapes, likely used in religious practices that remain mysterious. The Adena culture eventually merged or was replaced by various groups known as the Hopewellians. One of their major centers of culture was in southern Ohio, where thousands of their structures can still be seen. The Hopewellians were known as skilled traders, operating and trading tools and goods across a wide area. Around 500 CE, the Hopewellian culture also disappeared, making way for groups known as the Mississippian or Temple Mound cultures. Cahokia, near Collinsville, Illinois, reached its peak in the early 12th century, with a population of around 20,000 people. In the center of the city stood a massive flat-topped mound, 30 meters high. Cities like Cahokia relied on hunting, food gathering, bartering, and agriculture for their survival. In the southwestern United States, the Anasazi people, ancestors of the modern Hopi Indians, began building villages from stone and clay around 900 CE. These unique apartment-like structures were often placed on cliffs, with one of the most famous ones being in Mesa Verde, Colorado, featuring over 200 rooms. The Pueblo Bonito ruins along the Chaco River in New Mexico once consisted of 800 rooms. Meanwhile, Native Americans in the Pacific Northwest, living around 1000 BCE, were among the most prosperous before Columbus's arrival. They had abundant food supplies due to fish and other natural resources. They were known for lavish, potlatch, practices that made them symbols of wealth and extravagant feasts unmatched in early American history. In conclusion, the peak of the Ice Age had significant impacts on geological and human history. The emergence of Beringia as a land bridge between continents facilitated human migration to North America, shaping the early human history of the continent. Furthermore, as the ice sheets began to melt and global temperatures rose, significant environmental changes occurred, influencing the ways of life and cultural developments of humans worldwide. In this overall context, the development of Native American societies and cultures in North America over thousands of years before Columbus's arrival provides insights into human adaptation to changing environments, the development of agriculture, and the rich and diverse cultural developments.